Hello, Gemini. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aviana. This is Aviana's Ascension, and today we are going to do a September reading for you. So thank you so much for watching. Of course, just take what resonates, leave the rest behind, and check out your other placements for the most accurate message. Let's get into it. So for your vision, I saw it was kind of cool. It was like an eyeball, not like an actual eyeball, but like it just looked like, like one of those like spiritual little girly gifts with an eye and like had eyelashes. It was really cool. It was really cool. Kind of gave like an Egyptian eye, but not like that. Like it was more cutesy. Um, so I saw that, and then it kind of blinked itself open and it said, I am all seeing, I'm awake. Okay, I like that. All right. So there could be some major epiphanies, realizations coming through in the month of September. Maybe you guys have gone through some sort of enlightenment or ascension or something, but you guys are awake. You are wide awake. You see it all. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Could be doing some third eye chakra work, maybe tapping into some psychic abilities. Something very feels very mystical, very spiritual. So, of course, I'm into that. So, let's get into it. We're going to do a Celtic cross today. So, let's get it ready, and then we will see what's at the bottom of the deck for the overall energy. Okay. All right. Very cool. Very cool. You got the sun at the bottom of the deck. That's exciting. This is the happiest card. Okay. 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 So with the sun and the nine of pentacles, okay, you're feeling good. You're feeling great. All right. This is somebody who is self-sufficient, thriving, feeling great, just happy, joyous, optimistic. So I'm happy to see that. But we do have the Eight of Swords and the Hierophant. So you could be wanting to kind of, you know, keep feeling yourself, enjoying your own energy, but there's a part of you that is kind of holding yourself back or feeling stuck, and that may be due to, like societal expectations, or if you have like a strict or like I love that I forgot this word, conservative conservative family, like I feel like there's like opposing energies here. Like you're feeling 30, flirty, and thriving, right? But then there's a part of you that's like, but what's Papa gonna say? Like something like that. You could even be in the church and maybe you feel like something that's true to you goes against these beliefs or something like that. I don't know. It's like you feel stuck with something in that way. But we do have the Knight of Swords, the Two of Wands, the King of Swords. At the end of the day, you're being encouraged to follow your truth. It's up to you to choose, like you're going to let people decide for you or you're going to decide for yourself. But either way, it's a choice. But with the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Swords, I see you cutting through that anxiety and really just deciding to, bet on yourself, make something happen. I like it. I'm always into that. All right, so let's get into it. So, current situation, we have the Three of Wands. So, beautiful. All right, we had the Two of Wands, now we're at the Three. So, it looks like you've made some sort of decision. You're leaving a comfort zone. Some of you guys could be traveling at this time, but I really see you just going out on your own, betting on yourself, putting your needs and your desires first. I'm into this, okay? You guys could be maybe starting school somewhere, like moving away for college, or maybe just traveling or moving. Like some of you guys could be moving countries even. Like you're really going out on your own. So tell me more about the Three of Wands. Yeah, I just heard like what's true for them is not true for me. Okay, we have the Page of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Okay. Yeah, so there could be definitely a part of you that, you want to follow your dreams, but you're also feeling stuck and you're unsure, You're having to really bet on yourself, and you're having to go towards this with it's like you have no idea what to expect. You have no blueprint for how to go about something, or what to expect, like none of that. But I feel like you got to follow your heart. You got to go towards what's right for you, even though you have to do it scared. All right, we do have the Hangman, the Star card, the Two of Cups, the Nine of Cups. For some of you, this could involve a relationship that you really want to go towards, or a friendship or somebody like that, but you feel like your parents or whoever won't approve of it. We have the Hangman and the Star card. So this definitely has a lot to do with something that brings you a lot of fulfillment, a lot of happiness. Okay. With the Hanged Man, though, I see you're in this like pausing moment. You're not sure if you're going to go towards it or not. But I mean, I do see you like you're putting, I feel like either way, you feel like you're putting a lot on the line, right? Like you could be going against what society or what, your family or your culture believes. But if you go on that route, then you're going against your heart and your fulfillment. I'm never going to advocate for going against your truth and what makes you happy. Okay? I just won't do it. So it's a decision for you to make, but you got to weigh your options. All right, so the challenge here is the Seven of Pentacles. So you're having to be patient right now. That's definitely a challenge. It's hard, especially when it feels like it's something that means so much to you. You want to make sure it's going to work out or come to fruition how you want. But you're having to be patient. You're having to be patient. You're having to trust right now. Okay. Tell me more about the Seven of Pentacles for Gemini. All right, cool. So yeah, you've got the Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, and you already had the Page of Swords. So this is definitely a situation where you may feel like a fish out of water. You may feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. But the thing about the pages is they have the most excitement, right? That's what gets you through it. Being excited, being passionate, being eager for a new experience. You can't wait until you feel ready. I feel like you have to be okay with going towards something, not knowing, with a little bit of fear, but you're still excited, and I think that's enough to push you towards what you want to go towards. We do have the Strength card here as well, so you're definitely going to have to be brave, be courageous, and push forward. All right? Some of you guys are waiting for it to be easy or waiting for it to make sense, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. Or maybe you're waiting for the approval of others or whatever. But again, yeah, I don't see that happening. I see it being a situation where you are going to have to leave a comfort zone and you're going to have to bet on yourself and follow your heart. Yeah, it's like you're fighting with what you love versus what you've always known. Mm. Let's see. Okay, interesting. So what you're focusing on is the Four of Wands. This is family. This is balanced partnerships. This is marriage. This is, a long-term commitment. Okay, so this could be you really focusing on how something may impact your family, or maybe you're thinking about, well, what is happiness, fulfillment? What does that look like for me in my future? So let's see. Tell me more about the Four of Wands for Gemini. Oof. Okay. Yeah, okay. We have the Tower, the Three of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I just feel like you guys are worried that the group you're in, the family you're in, whatever, that it's going to come crumbling down. Like you're very worried about that. There could be, like, maybe your family, like your parents are going through a divorce or something. It just feels like you're really worried about how your family is going to react to something. But with the tower, though, know that that's the universe coming in, right? So there's nothing you can do to avoid that. I mean, there's things you can do, but like, when a tower moment's happening, it's happening, and it's because the people in the situation weren't, facing the music, trying to walk around with their heads in the sand. That's not sustainable. And I will just say, like, if you following your heart rocks the foundation of this family or whatever this is, then it wasn't that solid to begin with. I'm just saying. Okay, we do have the lovers, the two of cups, the nine of cups, the high priestess. I think this has a lot to do with like you following, like going towards a certain relationship or a connection. Like it's very fulfilling for you, but I think you're worried about how it's going to impact other people. Okay. Tell me more about the tower, three of cups, three of pentacles, four wands. Yeah, I mean, we have the seven of cups. You're just not sure what to do here. There's a lot of possibilities, there's a lot of feelings, there's a lot of people, so you're just not sure what to follow. With the six of cups, nine of cups, five of wands, yeah, again, it's like what you want to go towards is in conflict with where you're already at or what you've always known. But it's your life. You got to live it for you. That's my advice on it, honestly. All right. So in the recent past, we have the Queen of Wands. All right. So okay, it feels like this feels like a very specific reading for a specific person. But it feels like you were in a situation where you were very free, you were feeling good, you were doing your own thing, you were feeling attractive, charming, like on top of the world. And maybe that's what kind of opened you up to this new energy. But now it's like you're back in reality. It's like going to a music festival and then coming back home and realizing like, ugh, I can't be all weird and saucy in the day-to-day life, like it feels like that. Tell me more about the Queen of Wands. All right, we have the Nine of Cups, the Emperor, and the Chariot. Okay. Yeah, I mean, in the recent past, it feels like you were feeling good. You were feeling motivated, going towards the things that made you happy. So, what happened here? Yeah, and it feels like you had a lot of support. There was a lot of balance. But then I feel like something turned and somebody just switched up or something. But you were feeling good. I will say that. I will say that. Okay, so some of the possibilities, we have the Ace of Wands. So I definitely see you choosing to go towards a new energy. This is you following your passion. This is you going towards what makes you happy, as you should, by the way. Okay. I just feel like you got a taste of freedom and now you're trying to like it's almost like somebody that came out of the closet like in college, but then they had to go back home where they weren't out yet. And so now they're having to like adjust to that, like Hannah Montana, best of both worlds. That's what it's giving. Okay, tell me more about the Ace of Wands. All right, we have the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this, again, this is specific. Like, I feel like some of you may have grown up in a religious family and maybe you're a part of the LGBTQ plus community and maybe it's not religious. Maybe it's just their views or whatever is going on there. But it feels like, and this is an example, so you can apply this and adapt it to your situation however you need. But it feels like you're trying to figure out like, okay, how can I live my life? How can I make them happy but also be happy in my own life? Sometimes you can't have the best of both worlds. But I do see you choosing to go towards what makes you happy. I see you setting boundaries and just deciding, you know what, I don't care about how people feel about this. I'm going to live my best life. I'm going to show up authentically. Yeah, it's like you can't worry so much about what other people are going to say, what they think, what they feel, because it's your life. All right. So in the near future, we have the Ace of Cups. So I like this. This is emotional fulfillment, following your heart, healing, going towards the things that really truly light you up. Okay, tell me more about the Ace of Cups. We have the Six of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Six of Wands. Okay, I like this. It feels like you guys are being really authentic and sharing your truth, whatever that may be. And it feels like it's being well received, you know? Yeah, it's like you're following your heart, you're being honest about what makes you happy, your partnership, whatever it might be. And there is a lot of anxiety surrounding it, but I see that kind of, you know, calming down. I feel like the worst was in your head and you don't have to think about that anymore. That's what I feel like. I feel like someone is proud of you, someone's happy for you. And I think you were really worried about, you know, how is someone going to take this? How is someone going to react to this? You know, like, and this could even be like, say, you know, you want to move away for college, but you've always been really close to your parents or something, and you don't want them to be sad or disappointed that you're moving away. But they're not going to keep you held back. Like, yeah, they're going to miss you and they're going to be sad, but they're not going to say, like, no, well, then get out now. You know, like, that's not the energy I'm getting from this. I think that's sweet. Like it just shows like how close this family unit actually is. And you know, you don't have to be so worried, but I mean, like that just shows how much love there is, you know, like because if you didn't like your parents at all, you wouldn't care if they were upset, you know? So there's a lot of love here and there's a lot of support for you here. So love that. Okay. Let's see. Your advice is the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. They're saying forge a new path, have a new start, you know, plant your roots down somewhere else, right? Like they're saying go after it, start that journey. You know, some of you guys could be going towards a new job, a new career path. Some of you guys may be moving or just, you know, starting your life. Either way, like they're saying, like, just do it. You have three aces here. You know, this is all about a new chapter, a new beginning. So go for it. All right, tell me more about the Ace of Pentacles for Gemini. Okay, we do have the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Cups. I just feel like you're starting a new life for yourself, a new chapter. The Seven of Swords, Eight of Cups is a little weird, but I feel like this is just you going against the grain and choosing a new path. It's like, you know, like the family from the Midwest and one of the kids decides to go to LA to be an actor. You know, it's like that's what this is giving to me. Like you're okay. You're forging your own path, you're doing your own thing, and Spirit's saying like just go for it. Because the Seven of Swords can also mean like just doing things in a new way. So that's what I'm getting more of. All right, don't be worried about, you know, the past. Don't be worried about the financials and that aspect. Like just follow your heart. You got this. Okay, so what's going on in your environment that's impacting you? We have the Knight of Pentacles. So it feels like there's someone around you that's moving very slowly, or maybe someone that's really practical, right? Especially if you resonate with the idea of like, you know, a very, you know, conventional family and then you're kind of the oddball out, then yeah, they're definitely influencing you. And maybe they're the kind of people that are like, okay, that can be your dream, but like, what about like, give me a PowerPoint to show me how this is going to work. And like, it doesn't make sense, right? At the end of the day, it's not your job to convince other people of your path because it's your path and it's not going to make sense to everyone, just like other people's path doesn't make sense to you. But I really do feel like these people want the best for you. And they may have more of a tough love approach or just be a little bit more stern with it, but it's just because they want you to be safe. But you don't have to take on their fears. Tell me more about the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, see, you just want to follow your heart. You just want to follow your truth, okay? And with the Ten of Wands, like, you're very much worried about, like, I feel like you just are putting a lot of pressure on yourself right now in regards to this situation. I just got to keep making sure my mic's on. That's what I keep doing that. But focus. But yeah, see, like, you don't want to disappoint anyone. You want to make sure everyone feels good, everyone feels satisfied. But at the end of the day, Gemini, it's your life. You got to live it for you. You got to follow your truth at the end of the day. Okay? Don't put so much weight and importance on other people's opinions. Like, obviously, we want to make our parents proud. We want people to be happy with us, but you can't compromise yourself or your peace to maintain that. All right, your hope or your fear, let's go with fear, is the Seven of Wands. You are fearful that it's going to be you against everybody, that no one's going to understand you, that you're going to have to defend yourself time and time again. I will say it feels like everyone is going to be proud of you, like it's going to be okay. But if it's a situation where you end up having to defend yourself or you feel like you're getting pushed up against a wall, just go away, walk away, okay? This makes me think, I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and one of the queens was like, if someone can't respect my energy and my presence, then they have to respect my distance. And I'll give them some time without me, see if that's what they really wanted. And then when we come back together, 10 out of 10 times, they miss me, you know? So if it's a situation where they have to learn to miss you, let that be the case. But I feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. Maybe you're not giving these people the benefit of the doubt, but I feel like there's a lot of support for you. So let's talk about these Seven of Wands. Yeah. We have the Knight of Wands, Justice, and the Hierophant. Yeah, I definitely feel like someone is around people who are a lot more traditional, conventional, maybe religious than they are. So I think that's where a lot of the fear is stemming from. We do have the Knight of Wands, the Justice card. I do think you guys are worried, like, you don't want people to not take you seriously. You don't want people to judge you. That's fair. Yeah, I just feel like you want to be taken seriously. You want people to see this as a legitimate lifestyle, a choice, whatever this is, okay? Yeah, you're really worried that you're not going to be taken seriously or that you're not going to be respected or honored. Yeah, like you're worried that you're going to be like banished and that you're going to be all on your own. At the end of the day, if you living your truth, whatever that truth is, whether that's career, love, spiritual beliefs, whatever, if that means you are exiled, let that be the case. Because I will never advocate for someone to like be a chameleon to get along with a group of people who aren't open-minded or who aren't accepting for who you are. If that's the case, you're going to find your people. Okay, and this may be one of the hardest things, so it's going to be one of the best things you've ever went through, if that's the case for you. Okay, let's see the final outcome. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful. So Spirit's letting you know this is fate, this is destiny. This is, you're no doubt going towards a new chapter. You're going towards a new horizon. There's all sorts of new beginnings for you. That's going to happen. So tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune. listen, you got to cut it out with this anxiety. Okay? Stop being so worried because everything's going to work out for you. Trust yourself. We have the Nine of Wands, the Devil, the Sun card. Okay. I will say it's not going to be an easy road, but this is something that you believe in so much that you don't care. Like you're going to fight, crawl, scratch, do whatever you got to do to get where you want to be. Okay? But with the Sun card, you're going towards that joy, that happiness. The sun is going to shine on you. Everything's going to work out. Okay, tell me more about the Devil, the Nine of Wands. All right. Yeah, a lot of this has to do with like childhood, your memories, your nostalgia, you know, things you grew up with. And I don't know, I do think whatever it is that you're going towards or whatever's happening, I feel like it's going to be maybe shocking or a time of adjustment for people. But I do feel like things are going to work out. Tell me more about the sun. And you know what? Like I said, if it's the case where you get banished because you're being your true self, then, you know, fuck them. Yeah, we have Judgment. We have the Sun card. You're choosing to go towards your happiness, and that's that. And I support that 110%. Yeah, it's like there may be, some of you guys may get even kicked out of the house if you live at home or whatever, get kicked out for this, but things are going to work out. Karma's going to be on your side. That's all I got to say about the situation. Because I'm not going to give a lot of energy and attention to this negativity. And it's like, it's their loss. It's their loss. If these people want to judge you and criticize you, push you away because you're being your true self, fuck them. For real. I would put them on the phone right now and I'll tell them myself. You know what I mean? I don't care. Like, you deserve to be your true self. You deserve to be happy. And that's period, point blank. Okay? If anyone would rather you live a lie and masquerade just to keep them comfortable, you don't want to be around those people anyways. Like, for real. I won't entertain it for another second. Fuck them. All right. Sorry to curse, but I'm passionate about that, for real. All right, the mic's still on. We're going to close it. I'm just getting protective of you guys because I don't know what this has to do with, but I know it's like if you follow your truth, you feel like you're going to get pushed away. Let them push you. Let them push you. Smell you later. That's what I would say. Okay? All right, Gemini. We're going to close it out with some oracle messages. And if this resonated for you, let me know with a like, a comment. Subscribe to the channel, share this video. All of that stuff helps the channel grow. And I appreciate it. All right, let's do it. Okay, so we have number 38, remembrance. The frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul and body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. Some of you guys might benefit from past life regression. That's kind of like a hypnosis thing where you remember your past lives and kind of explore that. So this might not be the first time you felt like scrutinized by people you loved or were close to. And maybe there's something within your soul that can help you during this time. I could suggest also meditating like with your higher self. There's a million meditations you can do online. I want you to connect not with your mind, but with the universe, with something bigger than you, because this is a big situation that you're dealing with. And I want you to feel as prepared and as supported as you need. So whatever that means for you, to remember everything you've been through and where you come from, get into that. Okay. And we have number 20, discernment. Look, some of you guys may feel like an alien. That looks like an alien. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. Yeah. It's like, understand like their views on things has nothing to do with you. It just represents their fear and how close-minded they might be. And that is nothing to be scared of. Like someone that's scared of somebody that could be different or want something different than them, that's silly. So don't let that be such a big heaviness or burden on you. And also don't judge them. I know I was saying fuck them, because, and I mean that. I mean that, right? But it's like kill them with kindness. You know what I mean? Like, there's no point in taking on their opinions, but there's also no point in like judging them either, because then you're the same. You're judging someone that's different than you. That's the same as what they're doing, and we don't want to do that. So spread love, be positive. You guys may like the color blue, or maybe like throat chakra work might be beneficial. And we have number 22, Divine Masculine. The frequency of Divine Masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. Gorgeous. Some of you guys may be wanting to do some Divine Masculine work, and we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. It doesn't matter your gender or anything like that. But Spirit's saying this is a time for you to like really make some action, go towards saying, see, I'm looking at what was in the recent past. That's the Divine Masculine there. So you were feeling good in your masculine energy. So revisit that, bring that back to the table. This could also have to do with like maybe it's a father figure that you're really worried about judging you or disappointing or whatever. At the end of the day, live your life for you. That's the most important thing I can say. Okay? Because that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Like, you're not here to make people comfortable. If that were the case, you'd be a blanket. But you're human, so do what you want to do. Okay? All right. That is your reading, Gemini. Thanks for watching. If you guys would like more from me, I do have all of my social media linked down below, as well as my website. And on my website, that's where you can book a personal reading, a healing ceremony. I specialize in shadow work. And you can sign up for my newsletter as well. Great way to get the readings directly to you. And I always pair them with more spiritual guidance, rituals, meditations, affirmations, all that good stuff. So check it out. But thank you for watching, Gemini. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.